Okay, I wanted to share that on the cover of this one I had to move my disc thing over. I still can't remember what it's called, but viewfinder. The viewfinder piece over so that you can see all of Believe. I noticed that I didn't have it on there right, so I repositioned that. So make sure that you position yours so that you can see all of the word, and then I put the heart in the center there where the hole is. And so I wanted to share that I did make a change on this one so that you can see that. Okay, now we're ready to go on to our third one. First I'm going to cover the front, and then I'm going to show you how I made this flower, this paper flower, out of some of the scraps of the paper. And if you have, it depends on what punches you have, if you'll be able to make these types of flowers or not. If not, you can use regular silk flowers or any kind of flowers that you might have in your stash. So, excuse me. So first of all, let's cover our flap. Again, this one is 7" by, looks like 5 1/4. Let me measure the paper. Yes, 5 1/4 by 7. Add some ink real quick. And the adhesive. We're going to cover this front one first, and then we'll decorate it after I show you how I make the flowers. Okay. Double check, make sure your lettering, if you're using this design of paper, goes the right direction. There. And then this bottom piece, I cut it out of the magic paper, and you may have to move it over to get it lined up the way you want it, but it is also 7" by 3 1/2. Alright, we got the magnets covered. I'm going to go ahead and cover this piece also. Go ahead and stick it down, and it is 7 by 5. I left just a little piece of this colored border on here. We got that ready. Now we're ready to make a flower. Okay, to make my flowers, I have a flower EK Success little flower punch. I have a Stampin' Up! Large scallop, and then I'm Stampin' Up! 1" punch. Now first I'm going to take a pattern piece of scrap paper, and I chose this red, and I'm going to punch out the scallop, and then out of the black stripe I'm punching out a 1" circle, and then out of this lettering piece I'm cutting out the flower shape. Okay, and then also need a brad. I have here a yellow or a red. I'll decide which one I want to use. With the scallop piece, take your scissors and just clip between two of the scallops skip to and clip. You don't want to go all the way to the center. Skip to clip, skip to clip, skip to clip. Am I in the camera? Sorry. Skip to clip, skip to clip, skip to clip. This way there's two little like heart shapes. So I have seen flowers made out of heart punches. You could do that too. And we just bend that up. And I kind of like crease and fold the edges, kind of manipulate these petals a little bit. Okay, with the black piece, I fold it in half, and then I just start making little snips, like a fringy type. Real close to the fold, and then I'll just kind of skip over little cuts. And then I open it back up, and I have this little fringe piece, and I just kind of separate them with my fingers, bending it up a little bit. Not that much of this shows, just a little bit, but I like it to look like that. And then I take this one and kind of fold it up. The word part of the paper is what's going to show on the flower. And that goes in the center. Then I take my little foam mat, piercing mat, and my piercer, and I line these all up, all three up, and poke a hole right in the center. And then I think I'm going to use the red brad on this one. And just stick it through. These brads are pretty big, so you may have to do just one layer at a time. That one kind of got off center. I'm going to redo this one right there. And this big one. And then open up the brads, the prongs, and work with the flower. Isn't that cute? I like that with the red. And then you can take a little bit of ink and just ink around the petals. Okay, there's that one. This one I'd already made, so I'm going to ink it some, because I use these on one page on the inside too. And then I'm going to make just one small one, I think, one more. Okay, and let's see. Thought I had a small scallop, but let's see, I don't know where I put it. I know I have one, so let me pause for just a minute and look for my scallop punch. I did not find it, so I'm going to use this Recollections flower punch here. Punch one out of black. See how that does. And then I'll punch another flower one out of this. I don't know if that black one's going to show up very well with that. Let's see. Wish I could find my scallop punch. Because it's time to clean up the craft room and you can't find something. I know I used it for the kits, so I think I'm going to layer it this way. So let's punch here. And then I'm going to use the yellow brad on this one. This I'm going to save to go on a page inside. So just make you some little paper flowers out of your scraps and then ink the edges. Okay, set that aside, and let me put this up. Okay, so now we're ready to add the piece to this, and again I'm going to check my phone because I took a picture when I had it laid out. Okay, yeah. This viewfinder piece goes there in the heart, and then we have a sticker here, and then I think I'm going to use the red flower on this one. Okay, so first we're going to glue this down. So the backing peeled off. Peel off the backing off that chipboard sticker, but always go ahead and add some glue because they don't always stick real well. And I'm going to put it here, press it down, and then peel up this heart. This is a chipboard sticker too. Peel the backing off, add a little bit of glue, and then let's stick it down about right there. And then the heart, the paper, I mean the flower, I think I'm going to put it on with a foam square. So just taking one foam square and put it over that brad, press it on real good, and peel the back off. And stick it down right there in the center. Yeah. And then pull the sticker backing off. This sticker that says Mouse and Company, and just stick it under the edge. Right about there. Real quick and easy. Simple little decorating right there on that one. And so now we're ready to cover up the rest of the pages on the inside. Put this up. I've already stuck this one down. Let's do the back of this one. I cut this one to piece it. You are going to have to do some piecing on some of these because you don't have enough full sheets to do that, and you want to use all the as much of the paper as you can. So this is 2 7/8 by 7. You can put the stripe on the top or bottom, it doesn't matter. I'll put it here. And then I cut a strip of the craft paper off of one of them. And this one measures 1.5 by 7. And again, make sure you do not cover up the fold lines. Paper. Now then we can add a little strip if we want, if we have any. Getting kind of lean here on my strips. So that one's about the right length. I like that. I think I'll just use that one. This one was already cut from a scrap. It's about 1 1/8 wide by 7 inches long. Just ink it up. I like when I find a scrap that's already the right size. It's kind of awesome that way. Don't have to do any trimming. And we're going to put that right there. And it just quickly decorates the page up with a lot of thickness, and just adds a little pop of extra color variation here. Like that. Okay, that one's done. This first inner flap needs a piece that's 4 3/4 by 7, and I planned it to get Mouse and Company like this, so you have to plan your cuts. I also got the Main Street at the top. And then let's do this flap. Three and a half by 7. Double check your lettering. The words in the little circles, make sure they're going the right direction. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop the video and restart it real quick. I have some prep work to do on this next piece, and I'll be right back.